Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Arrow, I guess Season 5? So since the last episode, a lot has been said about Arrow's fall from grace. Some would say since the conclusion of Season 2. Personally, for me it was the Season 3 mid-season finale. When Oliver got stabbed and fell off that cliff, so did Arrow's reputation. But unlike Oliver, it hasn't been resurrected by penicillin T and the will to live. What the hell was that? Seriously? But how can Arrow regain its reputation as a good show and get relatively close to the likes of the Flash TV show? That's what we will be discussing in this video. How to fix Arrow. But before we get into it, if you want to leave a like as well as share the video if you have any other people that enjoy Arrow, because I'd like to get your opinions in the comment section below. What do you think needs to be added to Arrow or removed from Arrow to make it good again? Obviously, if I don't mention it in the video. I will quickly mention Laurel. Now, if they brought Earth 2 Laurel in, I'd be happy, but it would make the big mystery of the grave throughout this season a massive waste of time. Which brings another question up about whether anyone should have died. No is the answer in my opinion, because all it has done is pissed people off and turned people away from the show. Now onto the first point of discussion, Olicity. Now I am bringing it up early, well, just because I want to get it out of the way. Olicity just consumes way too much of the show. It takes away from storytelling, character development for others, as well as the characters of Oliver and Felicity. The Olicity relationship is definitely a toxic relationship for the most part. This is mainly due to the way that Felicity has been written over seasons 3 and 4, but it also isn't a good influence on the people who follow Olicity, seeing that the majority of people that follow this Olicity fandom are young girls. If Olicity ended, it would allow each character to be their own entity and not have to rely on someone else to develop, which I think every single character needs to develop by themselves. Next up is stop trying to steer away from the source material. We have had 2 seasons in a row where an integral part of the Green Arrow mythos has just been written off. Firstly, in season 3 we had Roy Harper, who hadn't even been Arsenal for a full season. And then obviously recently we've had Black Canary, who had only been active for just over a season. But why is this? Honestly, I have no clue. Diggle is part of the comics now, so I guess that's sort of accurate, but it isn't like he has a lot of source material to follow in regards to his progression as a character. Thea they're basing her off the Mia Dearden Speedy, because her name is Thea Dearden Queen. Yeah, so I guess they might relate some stuff back to her comic book counterpart in Mia Dearden, but I honestly thought they were going to turn her into Cheshire at the beginning of season 3, but they never went through with that. Next is character ability consistency. And by this, I just mean like fighting. So Oliver in seasons 1 and 2 could easily take down big groups of thugs by himself, some of which were injected with Mirakuru in season 2. So why is it that in seasons 3 and 4, he struggles with like 3 people? Also, he needs to start shooting arrows more. The show is called Arrow, not Fists. Flashbacks. This is simple. Make them relevant. Next season, seeing that he will most likely be in Russia by the looks of it, hopefully they will be and relate them back to present time, or just be really consistent. Like, make them interesting. Like this season's flashbacks have been terrible. So boring, and now they've just started to become relevant, and it's way too late. The villain. Damien Dark has been decent this season, but honestly, he doesn't really fit into the show that well and is just way too overpowered. No matter how they defeat him this season, it will be hard to take too seriously or even believe it. Like, I'm just going to be looking at it going, okay, but I prefer if it was just like a normal dude with just, like abilities, like fighting abilities. Hopefully next season we get Richard Dragon in like a new 52 style arc. I would suggest KG Beast, but in this universe he is much older and is on Oliver's side, as we saw throughout season 2's flashback and present times. I know people will say Mark Guggenheim for season 5 villain, but come on people, he's been the villain since season 3. Now when missions pop up, it's like, okay, there's a disturbance here. Not everyone has to go. Just because there are a lot of people on Team Arrow now, it doesn't mean everyone has to go to whatever the disturbance might be, whether it be to survey a warehouse or a rooftop incident. For example, you could send Oliver and Thea. You could send Diggle and Thea. You know what I'm getting at. Also, let Oliver do some stuff by himself. Let him go solo. And by some, I mean like a decent amount. Like, the show is based on him. He doesn't have to have a sidekick next to him all the time. Back to the villain for 1 second. Don't make every villain's goal to destroy Star City. Merlin's undertaking in Season 1 was great, and I think Deathstroke's in Season 2 was also good. But the Season 3 and Season 4 end goal for the villain to destroy Star City is just too much overkill. They're just rinsing and repeating way too much. They really need to flesh out the template of their seasons and just try and make the end goal something else. Last two things. The first one, embrace Earth 2. Just because the Earth 2 thing is on the Flash, it doesn't mean Arrow can't embrace it. It doesn't mean every episode is an Earth 2 villain, but throughout the season, 3 villains or something have come from Earth 2 and they're villains that we've seen. It could be an Earth 2 Huntress, it could be an Earth 2 Clock King, it could be an Earth 2 Bronze Tiger, or something along those lines. It'd be just really cool to see. And the last thing revolves around Stephen Amell, who plays Oliver Queen. He needs to act normally. If you've watched his Facebook videos and anything that he's posted on Twitter, whether it be a video or a little clip or anything like that, when he's acting normally, he is Oliver Queen. He's really got the persona to be Oliver Queen when he's just acting normally. But the way that he acts in the show is not like Oliver Queen. It's just a different character. And I think he did get cast in the role just when he was probably just talking to them normally, because the way he speaks and the way he acts when he's just his normal person, or the way that he presents himself on Facebook and social media, is very, very close to what I'd imagine as almost a perfect live action Oliver Queen. So it's really difficult to change it now, especially heading into Season 5, but if he's able to slowly work it that way, where it feels, as Mark Guggenheim would say, organic, I would definitely appreciate it, and I think a lot of people would as well. So thanks for watching, guys. As I said before, if you want to leave a like or share the video in any way, shape or form to anyone that you know that watches Arrow, please do so. Now leave in the comment section below anything that I left out that you think needs to be added to the show or taken away from the show to fix it. Or you can just critique anything that I've brought up throughout this video. Also, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Goodbye.